Hello, welcome to part 68 of TestNG training series. In this session, I am going to explain and practically demonstrate how to take screenshots only for the failed tests using listeners in TestNG. So let's get started. So we can take the screenshots. So why we have to take the screenshots first of all? Okay, so as we already know, in Selenium we can write some two or three lines of code in order to take the screenshot. Okay, just mention the 2 to 3 lines anywhere in the code, and at that location of the code the screenshot will be taken of the application. Okay, but why we have to take a screenshot will act like a proof. Okay, the importance of taking the screenshot is to show that later as a proof when automation scripts run. Okay, if you are not watching how the automation scripts are getting executed, and if some of the test fails, we don't know for what reason this particular test got failed. Okay, there are two ways. One way is to look into the logs. Okay, we can generate the logs and just look into the logs and find out what exactly is causing the failure. That is one way. Another better way is to take the screenshots. Okay, as a proof, you say screenshot will explain everything, right? Where exactly the test is failing and why it is failing. It's more visual than logs. So the importance of taking the screenshots is to share them as a proof after running the automation scripts. Okay, for the failed tests, whatever the tests that are failing, for the failed test, we'll be taking the screenshots and we'll be using the screenshots as a proof to prove that this particular so and so automation test got failed or this particular test got failed. Okay, so that's what is the importance of the screenshots. But here, thing is, we need to take the screenshots only for the failed tests. Okay. In our automation project, if you see here, this is one of the automation project we have. Here we have the my listeners related. We already have implemented this my listeners in the previous sessions. If you are not watching my previous sessions of this series, I recommend you go back to the previous sessions and come back here again so that you can understand the concept of listeners clearly. Okay. So here we have three tests: login, register, and search. In login, what I have done is have written the automation code, guys. Okay. So if you see the register and all, okay, there are just simple print statements written here, just dummy print statements saying that this particular test got executed. That's it. Okay. And in search also, there are three test methods giving the priority and all. Okay. I explained in the previous sessions where we have written some dummy print statements. But coming to the login, what I did is before I started this session, I created the automation scripts. I don't want to waste your time. So I have written the automation scripts here. You see, for all the test methods that are mentioned in the login class. Okay, have written the Selenium automation code. Here, login with valid credentials. For that, I have written the automation code. Here, before this particular test method is run, setup method will be run where it will open the Chrome browser, maximize the browser, and open the application URL. Then the test method will run where it will click on the my account, and it will click on the uh, login option in the my account drop down menu. Login, it will select login option, it will select, then it will go to the login page and enter the email address, valid email address, and enter the valid password into the password field. And then it will click on the login button. And finally, it will verify whether, okay, this option is displayed or not. Edit your account information. If it is displayed, the test will pass, right? So that's what is automation test. Similarly, login with valid email and invalid password. Here, a warning message should be displayed. Okay, I have written the automation script in such a way to validate whether this warning message is coming or not. Okay, warning message with text, no match for email address or password is coming or not. Similar case with invalid email and valid password. Still, the same warning message should be coming. Login with invalid credentials, same warning message should be coming. Login without credentials also, same warning message should be coming. Here we are not passing the credentials, and when we are clicking on the that kind of login button, we should get this warning message. That's what these automation scripts are doing here, right? So these are the realistic automation scripts, guys. But in register and search, I have not written this for sample purpose only, right? So now at this moment, if you count here in the login class, there are total 5 automation scripts. In the register, if you see, there are 4 automation scripts. In the search, if you see, there are 3 automation scripts. Okay, 5 plus 4 plus 3, that is 9 plus 3, that is 12. Total 12 automation scripts are there. Out of 12 automation scripts, okay, if I run it, all the automation scripts will pass. For the first time, all the automation scripts will pass because I have written a proper code here. Okay, so if I run this testng.xml file, if you see here, there will not be any, right, any failures. Okay, so there will not be any failures. You'll see that all the automation scripts will pass. In the login, you see I have written the automation scripts, automation code, so they are running. Okay, all will be passing. And you see listener methods inside the listeners class are getting executed. So we are getting that print statement saying it started, passed, and all those stuff. Nothing will fail here. 12 out of 12 automation tests are going to pass. Okay, so wherever we have to get login, we log in with valid credentials. In other places, you see, it was very fast because in other classes, right, only print statements were there, just printed, and we got passed. Okay, so that's it. Here all got passed, no problem. But what if one of the test method fails? For example, what I will do is I will intentionally make one of the test method fail. That is this one, this particular test method I will fail, guys. Okay, I'll just add ABC and this particular test method will fail. Now I'll run this. Let's see whether this login with valid credentials test method is failing or not. The first test method is going to fail. Okay, this one is going to fail. What failed? You see, second test method got started. Third test method. And remaining all will pass, guys. Only first test method will fail. Remaining all will pass. Okay, two failures came. Maybe login with invalid credentials. We are trying to log in with invalid credentials, same invalid credentials always. That may be the reason, guys. Okay. So here, let's try to give a different email address. So, okay, like this ABC or ABC, I'll give so that. Because why they are failing here is you're getting a security warning instead of the actual warning. Okay, that is out of scope for this. Okay, don't worry. But anyhow, if you clearly observe that we have intentionally failed this particular test method, just focus on this one for now. Here I intentionally added ABC so that this particular message link text link will not be there on the page after login. Hence, this particular test will fail, and it's reflected here. You see, login with valid credentials. No such element exception has come, and it got failed. If I refresh the project, if I refresh the project, do you see any screenshots anywhere in this project? Do you see any screenshots here? No, no screenshots were taken. But not for the tests that are passing, but at least for the tests which are failing, I want to take the screenshot. So what I have to do? For the failed test, I want to take the screenshot. Okay. So for that, what we can do here is we can go to the listeners, my listeners, which are extending this uh, test listener adapter, or it can also implements I test listener interface also. Anything is fine, as I already explained in the previous sessions. Okay. Anything is fine, guys. You can either implement this interface or extend that class. Okay. Fine. So when a particular test starts, this listener method will be invoked. Any of this particular test method starts, this particular on test start will be invoked. When this particular test methods inside this classes pass, this particular method will be invoked and it will print the name of the test and as passed. Okay, but when it is failed, it is printing the test got failed. But here, what we are going to do is on this on test failure, we are going to write the code for taking a screenshot. Okay, here we want to take a screenshot. Already test name is there. How to get the test name which is failing? Using this result.getName, if you say, means you'll get the test name, and that test name we are mentioning as failing in the logging statements in the output. Okay, apart from that, I want to take the screenshot. Apart from that, I want to take the screenshot. How to take the screenshot? In order to take the screenshot, I needed the driver, guys. Okay, I need the in Selenium, I need this driver. But how to get this driver? From the test method which is failing, I want to get this WebDriver's driver, okay, of Selenium. So for that, there is a code, guys. Okay, we can write this code. Driver is equal to, okay, we can write some code here. We can cast this driver as WebDriver and say driver dot over the mouse and import this WebDriver interface from Selenium dot. So there are a lot of methods here, guys. I too don't remember always. Like, this is the line we have to write. WebDriver So I have to actually catch this, not driver guys, I have to catch this result. Okay, that's a one mistake here. Result dot, okay, then get test class. We have to write get test class. Why we are writing this line? To get the driver. Okay, we need the driver object reference from this failed test method. That's why in order to retrieve this driver from the failed test method, okay, by using this result of this invoked method of the listeners, we have to write this code get test class, then dot get real class. We don't actually remember this, okay, but that's okay, you can copy paste if you want. Get declared file, get dot get declared, what is that, get declared field, sorry. Okay, let's write field here. Get declared field of driver. You have to pass the driver here, guys. Okay, inside in place of this null, you just pass the driver. Then dot get result dot get instance. Okay, dot get result dot. The result means this result. Okay, I test result, TestNG result. Okay, dot get instance. Okay, it will get the object of the driver. Okay, so it will get the driver object from the failed test method and it will pass into the driver. And here we are getting a error, compiler error. So we have to surround with try catch blocks like this, and we can make it global, guys, so that we can access this driver outside. I'll say null here, and I'll just remove the declaration from here inside the try block, so it not be local anymore. This driver is not no more local to the try catch block. It can be accessible globally. Now, now I have the driver. Okay, whatever the driver I need for taking the screenshot, I got it. What I have to do now, I have to write the driver. I have to typecast the driver with takes screenshot interface in Selenium. Okay, from Selenium dot get screenshot as uh, output type dot file. Okay, like this you have to write. Over the mouse, it's still not coming. Let's put this inside circular brackets and see if anything will happen here. Over the mouse, now it's coming. You have to surround this also with circular brackets, then you will get it. Okay, now this will return, this get screenshot as is a predefined method of Selenium which will take the screenshot. Wherever you write this line, it will take the screenshot. You don't even have to remember this line, guys, you can copy paste if you want. Okay, this will return you the file, the screenshot file. Src file is equal to like this, I'll write. Okay, this is the code for taking the screenshot in Selenium, guys. Okay, that's no file. Here I'll say string destination file path. Okay, what is the path where we have to take the screenshot, where we have to save the screenshot in this project? That path we have to give. How to give that path? I'll give system dot get property user.dir. Okay, this is the location of the project. This is nothing but it will get the location of the project. Okay, project, this will bring the project path. I'll append the project path under the project. Under the project, I want to create a folder known as screenshots folder. So here I'll write double slash screenshots. Okay, under the screenshots folder, I want to give the name of the file. How to give the name of the file? You see, whatever the test method that is failing, okay, whatever the test method that is failing, if you give that same test name to the screenshot file, we can easily identify, right, which test got failed. So I'll give the test name here. We were able to retrieve the test name using the result dot get name. It is getting the test name. I'll add plus test name plus I'll give an extension, okay, of the screenshot, okay, that is PNG or JPG, some file you have to give. So this is the path of the destination file path. Now I have to say file utils dot copy file. I'm going to copy the file, okay, from source file to the destination file. So file utils dot copy file, source file is src file, and destination file is new file of give this path, guys. Give the path of the file, okay, which has a name and extension also. Now you are getting a compiler error. You just surround with try catch block, that will be over. Okay, this is the code for taking the screenshot, guys. Okay, so what we are doing is we are retrieving the test name, the test which got failed, right? That particular test name we are retrieving, and also we are retrieving the driver. We are writing the code for retrieving the driver object of that particular failed test, and then by using the file name, test name, and the driver object of the failed test, we are capturing the screenshot using this code. This is the code for capturing the screenshot. Okay, So this is the code for capturing the screenshot. So now what happens? Whenever a particular test method fails, on test failure will be invoked and it will capture the name and driver object, and using them it will take the screenshot using this code. Okay, screenshot will be taken and a screenshots folder will be created under the screenshots folder with the test name of the test method that got failed, and with the extension .png it will be stored on the screenshots folder. Let's see that now. Okay, now we have written the code, right? Let's see what will happen now. Okay, so I'll expand this project and run the testng.xml file. Out of 12 tests, only one test will fail. As you already know, I'm intentionally failing the login.java. Okay, and intentionally failing the login.java by providing ABC text here. Let it run. I'll show you the code later. Okay, the test. Sometimes it will load slow. It is a demo application. You can feel free to press enter. So no problem. Just to continue the execution. If it is taking time, just press enter, guys. Otherwise, not required. Okay, 5 tests, remaining all will be completed in less time. Okay, you see out of 11, only one got failed. Okay, the failed one was login with valid credentials. The reason behind that is we have added some text here, some extra text known as ABC here, because of which it's not able to find this option. Intentionally, we have failed it. So now, thing is, whenever a particular test method fails, okay, whenever a particular test method fails, what should happen? Okay, this particular test method should invoke the method in the listeners class, that is on test failure, because in the testng.xml file here we provided the location of the listeners class. Okay, if you remember from the previous sessions, these listener stacks are provided here, which know where exactly this listener class is there and its methods are there. Okay, we gave the package name dot my listeners. Okay, so now everything is connected. Okay, these test methods are now connected to the listeners methods, and when you run the tests, automatically this particular methods will be invoked from the listeners class. And when a particular test method fails, it will invoke this method known as on test failure, which will retrieve the test name of the test which got failed, and also it will retrieve the driver object of the test which got failed. And using the test name and driver object, it will, using this code again for taking the screenshot along with this driver and test name, it will take a screenshot. Okay, you see, before running the script, there was no screenshots folder. Now let me refresh this project. You will get a screenshots folder for this particular field test. Only one screenshot will be taken only for that single failed test. That is the first test. Remaining all got passed, right? Only for this failed test, the screenshot has been taken. You can open here. You can see here. Okay, this is a place where the test got failed. Which test? Login with valid credentials test in the login class got failed. Okay, so it's clearly observing. We can understand that, okay, what is the reason and all we can clearly understand. And also we can see here some extra details saying no, unable to locate elements, some ABC. Okay, now we can identify that the ABC is the problem. Okay, like that. But one more problem, guys. The problem here is, okay, here I am writing the code for capturing the screenshot in the on test failure, but in real time we'll not be writing this code in the on test failure. We'll be moving this code to a better place actually. Okay, so what we generally do is we'll create a new package. We'll create a new package known as base package. Under the base package, we'll create a class known as base class. Okay, sorry, I am just creating package again. Let me create the class. Under this we can create a base class, and under this base class, let's create what you call a method public void capture or take screenshot. Okay, take screenshot, some method you just say capture screenshot or take screenshot, whatever you say. And here you pass the two things. You have to pass two things, guys. Okay, one is that you have to pass the driver. This is one thing. And string destination file path. Okay, we have to pass. Okay, import this. Now here we have to write the code. We have to move the code, guys. Instead of writing, we can move the code now. Let's move this code, complete code for taking the screenshot. Okay, here we are only capturing the test name, and we are capturing the driver object or the field test. And here in the base package under the base class, we are writing this code. Okay, so this is not required because okay, okay, I think this one. what we can do here is that's okay. Uh, do we have to get this instead of getting the destination file path, we'll be getting the test name string test name. Okay, what is the test name that is failing? Okay, that's enough. We don't have to get the destination file path. We can get the test name and driver object. Okay, so here in the listeners class, we are retrieving the test name and driver object, right? Those two things we are passing to the this method take screenshot method of the base class. Okay, so now what I will do is it is destination file path is cleared and the screenshot code is same, nothing to be done. Okay, now here in the my listeners, instead of writing the code for taking the screenshot, we'll simply need to call this method of the base class, that is take screenshot method we have to call. But in order to call that, I will make this base class a parent class if this my listeners. Okay, extends base I will say, so that I can call it directly. Import this base from base package and I'll simply call this method, okay, take screenshot method, okay, from the base class. Directly I can call because now this listeners class, my listeners class is a child class of the base class, okay. So I can directly call it. Have to pass to this error is coming because we have to pass two arguments. That is one is we have to pass the driver. First of all, we have to pass the driver. Second thing we have to pass is the test name. So remaining all will be taken care by the method that we have created inside the base class, okay. Now again run the script and see whether I'll delete the screenshots folder and freshly run the script after moving the screenshot taking code into the base class. Okay, let's see whether everything is working fine or not. I'll go to the testng.xml file, run the test. Let's see. Only for the failed test, the screenshot should be taken. Only one screenshot should be taken. Remaining all tests should pass, and for them, the test screenshot should not be taken. If it is taking time, just press enter, guys. Okay. Sometimes it will take time to load. It's a demo application, but in real time, you should not press enter. But here, just for demo, as part of training, you can press enter. That's okay. Okay, out of 11, one got failed, and for the failed one, screenshot should be taken. You see, screenshots folder is not there. After I refresh here, you'll get a screenshots folder, and the screenshot has been taken. Okay. Now also the screenshot has been taken. After you move the code from the listeners class to the base class, okay, a common place where capture screenshot method is now available. Okay, so from which the listeners class is calling it. Okay, so till still we are able to take the screenshot, but the problem with this approach is there is one more problem, guys. Okay, so the older screenshot, again if I run the same again if I run the testng.xml file, again if this particular test fails, this older screenshot will be overridden. It will be replaced by the latest screenshot. Okay, but I don't want that. I want the older screenshot, I want the latest screenshot. Okay, so how to overcome that problem that I'm going to cover in the next session, guys. Okay. So when you take a screenshot in the previous run, this was a screenshot. Now in the next run, if again the same test fails, and if you get a new screenshot, the new screenshot is going to replace the old screenshot. Okay, instead of keeping it. So, but if your requirement is to collect the screenshots from previous runs and next latest runs and all without deleting the old screenshots from the screenshots folder, then we have to implement some logic. That logic I am going to cover in the next session. Okay. So fine. What I'm going to do here is I'll go to the login and just give some invalid some other invalid email address here so that it will not fail again. Okay. So just save this and let's run this. This time also it will take a screenshot, but the problem here is it will old screenshot will be replaced by the new screenshot. Will not have the instance of the old screenshot. Okay, old screenshot will be deleted and new screen in place of the old screenshot, new screenshot will be put. Okay, that's what will happen. Let me demonstrate that. Let me run this and you will see only one screenshot available. Old screenshot will be gone and new screenshot will be replaced here. Just wait. Same test will run. It will take a screenshot, but old screenshot will be replaced with a new screenshot instead of keeping both the old and new. Even after the test fails for the second time also, you'll see only one screenshot instead of two screenshots. Okay, for the failed test. Previous run screenshot will not be there. Only the latest run screenshot will be available in the project. That's the problem. So we are going to overcome that problem in the next session. So for in this session, I'm going to show you just like how that is going to happen. You see out of that one failed, and if you refresh the project here and go to the screenshots, you will see only one screenshot here. Okay, there are no two screenshots, only one. It is taken latestly. and it has replaced, this latest screenshot has replaced the old screenshot. Okay, that's the problem. Okay, so how to overcome this, how to have multiple screenshots from the previous runs and the latest runs the project, that thing I'm going to cover as mentioned already. Okay, I'm going to cover in the next session. Okay, so hope guys you understood how to take screenshots for the failed tests using listeners. Okay, and using Selenium code for taking the screenshots, and how to move that common code into the base class of the base package, and how to make this one of the method of the listeners class get invoked, okay, by adding the listeners tags in the TestNG XML file, and all these things hope you understood from this session. So this session, if you have to understand clearly, you should follow the previous sessions, guys. Okay, it's a step-by-step process. Okay, the previous session itself, I explained all the listeners class methods. Okay, listener class methods. I explained how they will be invoked when the on test fail. Okay, on test failed. Okay, what is that method actually? Let's see, on test failure, how this on test failure method will be invoked. I already covered in the previous sessions, guys. Now in this we are just tweaking this particular method code a bit by adding the code for taking the screenshot, for retrieving the driver and taking the screenshot. That's what we are doing extra, nothing much. Okay, and we are making this screenshot code move into a separate location, that is base class under the base package. Okay, that's what we have done, guys. Okay, so next session will be a continuation of this session. Okay, so if you have to understand the next session, you have to understand this session first and then go to the next session. So I request everyone to follow these sessions in a sequential order rather than jumping from here and there. Okay, so that's all for this session. See you in the next session where I'm going to cover another TestNG topic for you as mentioned. So that's all. Thank you. Bye.